from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. It's the NFC Divisional Round Playoffs on EA Sports. It's the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Green Bay Packers.
It seems like only yesterday we were here for Super Bowl 52 and now back for the road to the Super Bowl here in the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium. Ahead will decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. Time to see the offense for Green Bay go to work. Aaron Rodgers leading them. What a career it's been. Came into the league back in 2005 as the number 24 pick out of Cal.
And he more than did his part in the wild card win with 3 touchdown passes. Now, he's going to get a bigger test here in round 2, but his unit is in rhythm, and they're playing as well as they have all year long. I wouldn't be surprised if this defense, though, tried to get after him early with a little extra pressure. If he can handle that, he can have another big game, though.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A gain of 15. First down, Green Bay.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He's got his tight end, Jake Butt. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
Complete to Jake.
Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
It's a loss of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
And wow, the fair catch was signaled for and taken inside the 5-yard line. So here come the Vikings with a long field ahead of them. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
And playoff games in and of themselves, we know they're pressure-filled. That's not breaking any news, but you have to wonder how much added pressure this team feels, given that a perfect season is on the line. They heard it during the regular season. Now they've sat at home for 2 weeks hearing about it. Can they handle that as well as the team that they're facing in order to try and advance? And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run. Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he can run in the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And the next-gen stats are going to tell the story. And wow, what a story it is. Nearly a full 23 miles an hour. One of the fastest plays on record, folks. field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Jet sweep. Here's Fitzgerald. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. From 17 yards out. And the Vikings have taken a first quarter lead. Well, we knew they had the crowd on their side. Their defense has already made a stop, and now here's an opening drive touchdown.
Yeah, how about the defense making the stop, offense feeling their momentum that they've generated, and turning it into points on their side. So now you got a team working together, and you got the crowd involved fully on their side in this ballgame.
And in this playoff atmosphere, that 12th man means even more. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now this offense about ready to take over again. And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round, on the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? A little on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season dictated what would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for the first round for the playoff. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, but just, hey, it's just us.
He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big pickup of 38.
We saw these guys have some big plays in their wild card win last week, and they're certainly going to need to continue to put up plays like we just saw there if they hope to continue to move on in these playoffs.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
It's a gain of 8.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
30-yard line.
Rodgers going to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Well, solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game, and they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. They run again on 1st down. Cook. And nothing but daylight ahead. He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
Now back to throw. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Noah Spence. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Seven, our score after one.
Tied 7-7.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now this throw caught left side.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Cook. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Now a run with Cook. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. On the ground, it's Cook. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
And that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a 1st down, and inside the 5-yard line.
They'll run with Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Well, that turned out how they wanted. Run the toss play to the left side. Go for that pylon. Get in there.
And just being able to understand where the pylon was and sneak it in there, well done, well executed.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
At the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And his throw is incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game, because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield and nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Lets it fly for Thielen, and he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down.
2 things you can do in that situation: run it and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the 1st down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
This is taken at the 18. It's a 69-yard punt. 69 yards. Wow. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. His throw incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down.
And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he's on to punt for Green Bay. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return.
The Vikings take over first down.
And now out comes Minnesota. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Lets it fly for Thielen. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Complete. Jefferson the target.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
This is caught, and he'll be out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a first and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly, and now first and goal, expect him to tap.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Bailey now for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And all the way 25 before he gets out of bounds. A big play there just before halftime, and even 50 yards.
Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find him at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC and a halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the half action back underway. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure from the defensive perspective, how has he gotten there twice? What are we going to do to keep him out for a 3rd time? How do we tighten things down? Because he and his offensive mates, they are really in sync right now.
Starting the 3rd quarter with Cook. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
They'll set up to throw. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line.
Welcome to the NFL, baby. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, next-gen stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6. At the Packers' 25.
On play action, they'll throw. This is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Vikings slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And Rudolph has got it. The big tight end for a Viking touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware.
For Minnesota.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
From the gun, he'll set up to throw.
And his pass.
Not sure what you're thinking here, partner, but I believe the officials have done a nice job here getting together and then coming out and indicating that there was a receiver in the area.
Absolutely, and he was in the area. Correct call made, no grounding. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
First down, Green Bay.
Operating from the gun, Rodgers. That's complete to Jake Butt. A gain of 6 there on first. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
He's brought down.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 29-yard line.
First down.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4. From the 25, here's 2nd and 6.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Rodgers. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. He's got Jake Butt, his tight end. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
2nd and 5 at the 13-yard line.
From the gun, Rodgers. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. From 13 yards out. And the Packers get a score closer.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere, seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. He finds Randall Cobb on the completion. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
That was a right there. Nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Cook with a first down and much more. And finally down at the 36-yard line. 15 more yards there and quickly another first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. first down. Here's the run with Cook. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Cook following the penalty. Give him 5 yards there, and it'll bring up second down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Jet sweep. Here's Fitzgerald. But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
We've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. They run it again with Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for the Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rush in the regular season. Get his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him. And he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main guy.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages. Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And he comes back with one complete.
And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. And again, it's Rodgers. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
And 10.
To throw again, Rodgers. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And now another one thrown incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And this one not officially in the bag, but it's looking more and more like you and I are going to be in these same seats next week for a game to go to the Super Bowl.
And it's contrary to our meeting with the visitors, wasn't it? Remember when we went over to their hotel before the game, and one of the themes they kept hitting us with was, let's put the pressure on the #1 seed and see if they can handle it. Let's do that. Well, they're the #1 seed for a reason. Best team all year long. They're showing it again in this game.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
The Cook getting the call there on first down as he works his way forward for a nice gain of 5.
The tackle made at the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and...
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
You got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. And he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them in. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Extra point try by Bailey. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was capped off by the quarterback sneak for 6. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They knew this would be tough on the road divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this fourth quarter. Rodgers now on first down. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
10 yards to go.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining. Right there on the coverage to knock that ball away was Mike Hughes. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And they take a knee. And And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.